Hello and welcome. So here we are with the Old World lore, and you voted for it. It's the Lizardmen. The Lizardmen of Warhammer Fantasy, a dinosaur army. Now look, you can't get any cooler than that. Are the oldest race in Warhammer Fantasy. They were created by the Old Ones to do all the menial tasks a powerful being didn't want to do. When the Old Ones discovered the Old World, yes, they discovered, they didn't create it. And when the Old Ones saw the Old World, they also saw the huge potential it had. So, with their magical shenanigans and smarty pantsness, they reformed the planet, deciding that the world was, the world that was going to be essential to their plans. Anyway, upon the ball of rock and water, primitive creatures lived. These were the ancestors of the dwarves, elves, and man. The Old Ones liked these ones. They thought they were cool, and they smoked, and they were doing all what the cool kids did. So they let them be. Well, I suppose there was also other life forms they did not like, and tried to get rid of them. Now these other creatures were incompatible with the Old Ones' plans. Now, this could be a certain greenskin race, but the army book doesn't mention any race by name, except the ones previously mentioned. Elves, dwarves, and man. Which means maybe the Old Ones didn't really create the Eldari, just took some elves and threw them into space, and then realised that they needed spaceships and new weapons, and then launched those ones off, the first one being dead for being in space. And also they could have meddled with orc DNA, if this were the ancestors of orcs, to make corpse, and over time the orcs just reverted back, because the Old Ones disappeared. Spoiler alert, the Old Ones disappeared. The first Lizardmen, and I use that term very loosely, to spawn onto the Old World were the Slan Mage Priests. These are magical mighty frogs, and direct ambassadors to the Old One. The Slave Mage Priests were the ones that guided lesser creatures down the path the Old Ones wanted for them. The Slan were the only creature that could be in the presence of the Old Ones and not die, so that was good, because they had to talk to them obviously, and notes handed to each other isn't really a good way to communicate. The Saurs were next. Well, these are actually lizards this time and not amphibians. They're also strong and did a lot of the manual labour. Skinks were next. Small, more intelligent than the Saurs. They were the administrative side to the Old One's plans, because they were also intelligent enough not to annoy the big dinosaur carrying everything and get turned into a red sticky mess upon whatever the Saurs was carrying at the time. And finally, the Croxigors, bigger dinosaurs, so that they could carry even more than the Saurus. Less intelligent too, the bottom of the pile intellectually speaking, but with a mouthful of teeth, which puts them on top of that pile. So there's that. And after they went through their creature creation, the Old Ones decided to up and move the tectonic plates about for a laugh. Actually, there's no reason why. They did it, they told no one about it. They just kind of did it. So, all is going well, and then chaos happened. The Old Ones are all about being really good with magic and creating things. They like Lego. They gave these creatures they created emotions, which fed the warp, which created more creatures that now lived in the warp, where the Old Ones' magic came from. Now these new creatures, formed by emotions of the creatures the Old Ones created, decided to pick a fight with their grandparents. But the elves who were evolved first, and now you don't tell an elf they evolved first, because they're all very haughty and they'd be like, haha, I'm old. These were really good at magic, started fighting. Then the dwarves, who decided magic seemed like too much trouble, joined in the scrap. The Old Ones were getting their butts kicked, so quickly evolved humans, halflings, and ogres. Like they just went, quick, we need more things to kill, to die for us, go. And then finally, the networks of portals that the Old Ones used to get around decided to break. And this caused all the gribbly and grimy stuff from the warp to invade the Old World. The Slan, deciding to be the heroes and all self-sacrificing, decided to give up their lives and souls to save the planet from instant destruction. It worked, kind of, but they could not close the portal completely. And the Old Ones thought this would be the best time to say TTFN and leave the mess for someone else to clear up. Now that is pretty much all you need to know about the Old Ones at the moment. An interesting race, as you can hear, and they like to divvy out jobs to other people. Though things are... And then what happened after that was basically things on the portals decided to fall onto the planet and cover the entire planet in warp dust. We obviously know what these are now. These are the poles of chaos at the north and south pole of the old world, and the chaos gates which are there too. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video on the old world and the old ones. And it was fun to make and interesting. I think it's interesting to know that maybe the old ones didn't quite create the races that we know today, but, you know, gave them the push along that they desperately needed. And, well, there you go. Any thoughts? What do you think of the old ones? What do you think of the Lizardmen? What do you think of Warhammer the Old World that's hopefully coming very soon, because we've heard so much about it? Hey, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Like, comment and subscribe as always. It's fun to hear what you say. I like reading your comments. Links to Element Games, links to Rayland Games, I should say, Forbidden Planet, Patreon, my comics, my t-shirts and everything else down below. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to burn this video out to 10 minutes just for the algorithms. Thank you. Bye bye.